Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Terry Lee with a reaction video. I don't know these people. I have nothing to do with these people, so I do not own the rights to this video. I'm only commenting on what I see. I'm always on YouTube, so I was of course, surfing YouTube as I usually do. And I came across this video and it seemed kind of interesting to me. And so I wanted to react because I'm very involved in different communities and I help in many, many ways. And I volunteer for different organizations. And I also perform for the homeless, hospices, and I also perform and help people with HIV and AIDS. And so when I came across this video, I decided this would be a perfect video for me to react to because I think it shows, excuse me for a minute, I think it shows a gamut of human emotions. And I think that when you help someone, you can't really expect anything in return. And but that's just how I operate. But I'm going to be talking to this guy like he's here with me. Maybe he may come across my video and maybe he'll get something out of it if he does. I'm not a popular YouTuber. There's a lot of people that I follow and that I, that I like to watch. So we'll see what happens. Let me get my cat Poppy, because my cat has the habit of coming and getting in front of the camera and messing up my videos. So I'm going to get him so that he can say hi to you guys now so that he don't mess up my video later. Poppy, come say hi. Oh. Okay. Oh. Say hi. Say hi. Say hey. Say how y'all doing. I'm here. He was sleeping. I'm going back to sleep. Okay? Mwah. All right. So he ain't going to bother us now. Okay. All right, I'm back. All right, so let's get the show on the road. I do all different kind of videos. I'm not a one-trick pony. Okay, so I don't know. Let's see what happens with me today. This is called Magic of Rahat Returns. So you know what? I'm just gonna call him Magic. Okay, and we'll see what happens. Oops. Okay, here we go. Hope no commercial. Okay, good. Can y'all hear? Turn off.
It's been a while. It's been a long while. And I miss everyone. I miss all you guys. And I want to explain what's going on with me and the reason why I left YouTube the way I did.
Well, obviously he left YouTube for some reason. Like I said, I don't know any of the parties involved. I'm just going to react to what he's saying right now. He looks a little distraught. Something's bothering him. He said that he left YouTube for a while. I'm going to start by saying don't leave nothing unless you want to leave it. Okay, let's start with that. All right, here we go.
And explain the controversy surrounding me with me and Eric from the homeless lottery winner video and the homeless man gets a home video.
Now this is somebody, it looked like this is somebody he's been helping a lot. I don't know about, I think if you're not Oprah, You shouldn't help just one person. I think if you're going to help, but this is just my opinion, I'm not telling them what to do, but I think if you're going to help, it's better to help like organizations or places where there's a lot of people involved so that everything doesn't fall just on that one person and you. But that's just how I feel. Okay, here we go.
And I know there is going to be a lot of you that don't know what is going on.
I don't.
And you're probably in the dark.
I am.
You're watching this thinking this is a very different video from all my other videos.
I don't watch him, so I don't know.
If you want to kind of get a brief summary of what's going on, there is a link down below that will show you a documentary that J-Law made that summarizes everything. And
I'll tell you now, I ain't watching that video. Somebody's calling me, of course, when I'm doing something. And one of the things I like about him is I feel like he's talking to me. Okay, he's really, I'm feeling his emotion. He must have been doing this for a long time, that he has a connection with the camera. Okay, let's see what else he says.
If you don't want to watch that, that's great. I will tell you very briefly.
I ain't watching it.
Briefly, what is going on? About 2 years back, Eric made a video claiming that I did not give him any of the fundraiser money, and that I took away the home that he was living in.
One of the things that I've learned in my life, I'm going to be 60 years old next year. Yeah, I know I look good. And one of the things that I learned in my life is when it comes to money, honey, money does weird things to people. See, I've never been tied to money because I've always been broke. Okay, here we go.
And it wasn't just one video. He made several different videos after that. I want to go ahead and tell you guys my side of the story, clear any confusion, and address any rumors. And again, the purpose of this video is to get the truth out and also to get closure for me.
Okay, before I go any further, if he should ever come across this video, I'm not doing it to make fun of somebody or to be gossipy. I'm doing it because I think this is a lesson in human emotion. And he kind of runs the gamut through every emotion: sadness, anger, disappointment. And I think that me being an older person, because he looks relatively young, I could give him a little insight on if you want to take upon yourself to do things like this, you can't really expect anything in return. And, well, let's see what else you have to say. I like him, so just in case he's watching, I don't want him to think I don't like him. But anybody that goes out in the community and try to help, I think that you're an angel. And we'll talk a little bit about that later. Okay.
So if you would allow me to take a little bit of time out of your day,
yeah.
I'd like to explain what the last 6 years with Eric has been like.
Wow. 6 years.
I'm going to fast forward to the moment where we were setting up the fundraiser for Eric.
See, now, I guess in the documentary that he was talking about, you would find out how it led up to this. But I don't like the fact that he fast forward, because now I don't know what happened. Not that it really matters, but I would like to kind of know what happened before that. I don't think it would
Asked me how they can help Eric. And at the time, I didn't really know what people can do to help him out. And then we were thinking, what if we set up a fundraiser for Eric? And, I've never done anything like this before. And I thought, yeah, let's do that. Let's set up a fundraiser and see how much money we can get for him. And we will take that money and present it to him.
Now, whenever I do something, I try to get as many people involved because I know I don't know everything. Because I direct shows and I've also done fundraisers, but in person, not over the internet or anything like that. And I try to get a village to do it with me, so that way everything don't fall on me, you know. So let's see what happens here. I think it's nice that he wanna raise money.
When we first started the fundraiser, we had the goal of reaching $2,000. I believe it was $2,000. I remember we shot past that $2,000 goal, and we ended up raising it to, I think it was about $4,000. And again, we shot right past that.
That too?
The money eventually got close to a little over $40,000.
Wow.
And I didn't know really what to do. And then me and my friend, we were talking about, well, what if what is one thing he's missing?
Now, what's interesting to me is he's just focused on this one person. If you were raising $2,000 for this one person, why don't you just give that one person $2,000 and all that other money that you have, give it to other homeless people? Or even tell Eric, hey, Eric, why don't we do some videos where we walk around and we give money to other homeless people? But I don't know what their relationship was. But I can tell you right now, even before I go on further, when it comes to money, money changes people. Families have broken up over money when somebody dies and leave a bunch of money. People have been killed and threatened and all kinds of things when it comes to money. And you never know people's relationship with money. So he's in a tight spot.
And that was a home. And we kind of thought of a crazy idea. Well, what if we took this fundraiser money and actually get him a house?
That's not I better stop stopping so much, right? Y'all gonna kill me. That's a very good idea. I don't think it's a crazy idea. I think it's a great idea. But to get one person that's been out in the street, not having any responsibility, even though he have to survive, a house, you should have got a big house and made him the, what do you call it? The caretaker of the house, and have other people in there, other homeless people that need a place to live. But already, this is a lot of responsibility that's going to be put on somebody that's been out in the street for however long that's been. He says 6 years, this guy.
And that's what we ended up doing. So we started planning together how we would able to pull that off. And again, I've never done anything like this at all. I started talking to a couple of apartments, a couple of property managers to see if I was able to get them a house. And And I explained that this is sort of a surprise. He doesn't really know that we're getting him a house. A lot of the people didn't want to help. They didn't really understand what I was trying to do. And then I found an individual that said, yeah, I do have a house that I'm able to rent out for a year. And I explained that, we would give them the money up front for that entire year, which was, I think, a little over $7,000. And
wow.
Once we had that piece of the puzzle solved, then we were trying to plan out, okay, how can we fill the house up with like clothes, furniture, household appliances, household items. And again, we were trying to put this very rough plan together.
I'm letting it play a lot because me interrupting it, I don't. If it becomes to something I really, really think I need to interrupt, I'll interrupt. And I don't want him to come across this video and say that I was not letting him get his point across because I kept interrupting too much. I'm an interrupter a lot of the times, but I really want you guys to.
Now, the pie chart that you see in the homeless man gets a home video, a lot of people have brought up that pie chart. What you see in that pie chart are very rough numbers. This was before we started spending money on getting him the house and all the necessities. So we ended up securing the house. We filled the house up with furniture, all the household items, and we went ahead and surprised Eric with the house. Now, one of the deals was, in order for you to get this house, you need to get a job. This doesn't just come for free. That was our deal. And he actually ended up getting a job at 7-Eleven.
See, now listen to some of his decisions. I'm going to give you the money that I raised and a house and a this and a that. But this is what you got to do. Most grown people don't want people telling them what they got to do. So right then and there, that becomes, I'll tell you, yeah, that's what I'm going to do, but I'm grown. I really don't have to do what you're telling me to do because who are you, right? Just give me the daggone money and leave me alone. And give me the house and leave me alone. That's probably what that man was thinking.
Now, before we surprised him with the house, before that, I had a friend, one of my really good friends, approach me. And he explained that he actually knew the manager at 7-Eleven, where Eric was hired. And he explained that Eric actually came to orientation, seemed like he was intoxicated. He explained that the manager smelled alcohol on his breath. And when my friend was telling me this, I thought, no, there's no way. That's nonsense, I was just denying him the whole entire time. Like, no, Eric wouldn't do that. I've seen his kindness. There is no way that he's going to show up on orientation day in that state. And so I brushed it off. I didn't take too much thought into what my friend told me. And so the day came where we moved all of Eric's stuff from his motel he was staying at to the house that we got him. And that night, he had his very first day at work. And I thought, it's good. It's his very first day at work. I thought about surprising him, going up to his work, surprising him, telling him, how proud I was that he was working and that he's turning his life around. I go to the 7-Eleven that night, and I go inside, and I notice there's just only 2 employees working behind the counter. And you can tell that the employees were not happy. They seemed like they were scrambling. And I asked one of the employees, where's Eric? And he explained that he never showed up to work. And at that moment, I was very confused. I jumped back in the car, and I immediately drive to Eric's house. That was a very tough car ride, because a lot of things were going on in my head. From what my friend was telling me, that was starting to run through my head, thinking, well, maybe there is some truth behind what he was telling me. I get to Eric's house, and I notice that all the lights were on. And I thought, that can't be right. Something feels a little off here. So the next morning, I call up Eric, and I ask him, why didn't you go to work last night? And he told me that he was tired and he didn't feel like going to work.
There's parts of this story that's missing, and it's probably because he took a long time to do this video, and I think he should have even taken longer. I think that he's prematurely kind of doing this video, because it just seems the pieces of not that he's wrong or he did anything bad, and not that the other guy is wrong and he did anything bad, but it's just the whole story is kind of, I don't know. But let's see what happens. This is interesting.
And I told him that, well, that was your very first day on the job and you no-showed. You can't do that. That's not a good excuse. After that, he lost a job. So he started getting settled into the house, and the fundraiser was still active. And that money, when I set up the fundraiser, that money was actually going into my own personal bank account.
Oh.
And I ended up transferring that into another account so I can just kind of keep track of things easily. And the idea was eventually I was going to open up a joint bank account with him so he was able to see the money and see where all that money is going. And
one of the reasons I'm not a fan of the banks, okay, is because I do not like banks telling me what to do with my money, how much money I can take out, how much money I can leave in, when I can do this, when I can do that. I'm grown. I don't need nobody telling me what to do. And this seems to be what's going to happen, because he did the fundraiser, but technically, even though he did the fundraiser, it's not his money. It's not his money. He did the fundraiser for somebody else. That's why it would have been a better idea to do it for more than one person. Okay? And there's some kind of connection between him and Eric that, I don't know. It's strange. I don't know. Maybe because he skipped.
And I would still be able to help him manage that money. I wanted to create a level of transparency with him. He was starting to ask me for a lot of money in a very short amount of time. And I was starting to wonder where all this money is going.
I could speculate, but whenever I am involved in a fundraiser, they can have the money. You can have the money. You can do what you want to do with the money as long as it's going towards, what do you say? I'm looking for a word. The reason you raised the money in the first place. Okay, as long as it's going towards the reason you raised the money in the first place. So if you raised the money for, let's say, you raised the money for a nursing home, then all that money go into the nursing home, and they spend it on activities and food and different things like that. But I can't go to the nursing home afterwards and tell them this is what you got to do with the money because it's not my money. All right, let's see. Or maybe I'm seeing it from a different perspective because not everybody going to do things the way I do things.
And I sat down with him and I asked him like, hey, what are you doing with all this money? And then he started getting upset that I would even ask him. And then I started catching him in these small lies. And I would confront him. And again, he would just blow up, get angry at me, aggressive. And
this is a long video. It seems like it's almost 50 minutes. So I'm going to go halfway through. And now that you have the information, you look it up, and it has 1.1 million views. And he did it 1 month ago. And you, if you want to, and I don't really want to put up his whole video because, I don't want nobody coming after me. So I'll get to, a little further, and then I'll, stop it.
He was also asking for a lot of money to help out his friends. And I thought, great, that's a kind thing to do, I get it. But then I started meeting some of these friends, and I can tell that something was off. They didn't seem like friends at all. They seemed like they were just kind of using Eric for the fundraiser money. And I explained to Eric like, hey, it's great. It's a very kind thing what you're doing, but also keep in mind, this money is not going to last forever.
Shall we continue? Let's see. Let's go a little more, and then I'm going to stop this. And then y'all could go and find it and watch it yourself.
He didn't really care about that at all. And then he started asking, he asked me one day if he can get money for a limousine. And I thought that was a little strange. But then it kind of made sense to me because when we were filming the homeless lottery winner video, we had various news media come and interview us. And one of them actually flew down to where I live, and they wanted to interview Eric. Now, they actually ended up calling a limousine for Eric, and they actually picked up Eric from his motel with the limousine to my house for the interview. And again, fast forward to him asking for a limousine ride. I thought, okay, maybe he liked that experience back then. And I thought, okay, no problem. I'll get you the limousine. You can have fun. Then he asked me for money again for another limousine ride like the next week. And I told him like, okay, I can give you this money, but again, this money you're using this money for luxury. You're not using it as a tool. That didn't matter. He really wanted that limousine ride.
I want a limousine ride too.
Then came the third video. The third video was the video where he helped another homeless man. His name was Andrew. And the idea was he was going to give, Eric was going to give Andrew $1,000 and get him a hotel room for him to live in for about, I believe it was like 2 weeks.
Didn't I just bring other people?
Him and Andrew kind of strike up kind of a small friendship. And then Eric, asked me again for another limousine ride. This time he said that, it was going to be him, his friends, Eric's friends, and he wanted to actually bring Andrew along with his friends on this joyride. And I thought, okay, fine, whatever. That night, Andrew actually ended up texting me, explaining like, hey, I just want to let you know that Eric has been kind of talking behind your back, really disrespecting you. I was a little hurt. I thought maybe I did something wrong.
Your heart was in the right place. But maybe, I'm just saying maybe, Eric, one of the reasons you got 1.1 million viewers, I don't really know Rahat or what he's done. Maybe I'll do some research and go back and look at some of his old videos. But I think Eric is probably thinking, well, one of the reasons you have 1.1 million views is because of me. So here you are getting money from YouTube, because somebody with that many views, I'm quite sure YouTube is paying. And then you also have money from you're trying to control, rather, the money that Eric's getting. So that's probably what's going wrong. But that's just my opinion.
I noticed that afterwards that Eric's behavior started changing.